Alright, hello everybody. It is Coach Talent, your coach of the land of Braviaries, bringing to you IBA Week 7. You already know the scenario. I fucked up. I deleted my footage in the middle of fucking processing. I hate myself sometimes. In the middle of processing, I noticed that my the local disk on my laptop that holds all my storage was getting a little high. It was in the red area. I'm like, okay, my videos take up, most of the fucking storage. So let's just delete them all. And so I deleted them all, not realizing that I was in the middle of processing my Week 7 IBA video to be uploaded to get scheduled onto my channel for tomorrow. So I'm a bit of an idiot, it happens. Luckily, Monkferno's a fucking god. Shout out to Monk here. And he was able to send me the footage. So we're facing Monkferno, a coach of the Houston Haxorus. Go check him down in the description below. Fucking king right here. For sending me his footage. This is not the first time that this has happened, and it probably won't be the last, if I'm being honest. I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. It's not gonna be the last at all. But yeah, so as you can see, we're bringing Dragapults, Cinderace, Tornadus, Weezing, Registeel, and Seismitoad. Most of you may think, oh, he's bringing 3 Pokemons. No, Weezing's offensive with the choice specs, okay? We're not playing around. And Tornadus is a sub-nasty plug. So he's bringing Conkeldurr, Scizor, Primarina, Crocodile, Entei, and Jolteon. Almost the exact team that I expected him to bring. I just expected the Latias instead of the Jolteon. But, I guess Jolteon could do a couple of things. So I'm not going to waste any of your guys' time. We're going to get right into the battle. I doubt you guys can hear him, but I'm just going to mute it anyways. Because, my computer is kind of dumb. It doesn't like picking up desktop audio. So I think that, Seismitoad's a fairly safe lead here. He is choice banded, by the way. So Weezing and Seismitoad are choice banded. But he has a bit of defense investment as well. So he leads Crocodile. Obviously, this is like a no-go scenario for him. And so he goes out into, I think, the Scizor. I don't know if I clicked Earthquake here, if I clicked Liquidation. I think I might have clicked Liquidation. Because, it's obviously just a better play. So, he's sort of deciding what I want to do. I think I was calculating to make sure that Liquidation killed no matter what, if he was like the Stealth Rock set. And so I just click Liquidation here. As they swap into the Scizor, which is perfectly fine by me, I expect this thing is going for a knockoff here. Because I remember that this thing gets that. And, I'm not bringing, like, Heavy Duty Boots Cinderace. I'm Life Orb, and, I have, like, leftovers on Tornadus. And so I'm like, I can't really have much losing an item here. Everything sort of needs its item. So I just let Seismitoad here take the Liquidation, as he probably knows I'm choice bandit. And we put this thing down in the red. So I imagine he sacks it here. Or that's what I'm thinking is he do. Please don't do that ever again. Anyways, it was unmuting him and muting him when I was pressing the spacebar. So he knocks off. I lose my choice band, which is perfectly fine. And I think I just go for Earthquake here. Yeah, I think I just go for Earthquake. No. I think I might have just gone for the Liquidation again. Or the knockoff, potentially, if he did want to switch. I don't remember. We'll find out. This battle happened at Dan. I'm already losing my memory. Oh, I went for Drain Punch for minor recovery. Yeah, I remember that. Okay. I went for Drain Punch for minor recovery. And we get a little bit of chip on this Primarina. So now I'm thinking, what do we switch into here? And then I see that this thing is Leftovers. My initial reaction to seeing Leftovers, Subcalm Mind. That's what that has to be. That's like my initial... Anytime I see a Leftovers Mind on something that usually has some sort of setup potential or like a very common setup set, like sub something, I immediately start thinking it's that set. Like when I faced JB Westside and he had the Leftovers on Buzzle, immediately started thinking with Substitute Bulk Up. And what was it? Substitute Bulk Up. So I'm like, I can't have this thing getting up a sub for free. I cannot switch and let this thing get up a sub. Alright? So they go for the substitute here, bearing, I'm faster. And I just click Earthquake. I can't let this thing get up a sub whatsoever. If this thing gets up a sub, it's GG from here. Because I don't got much of a switching. So I just Earthquake and do damage. Because, then again, it can't do much to me because it's, it's Primarina. No disrespect on Primarina, though. No disrespect. But yeah. So they get up a sub, which is, perfectly fine by me. I have no issue with that. So I just continue to click Earthquake, and this actually goes on for quite a while here. Draining Kisses, Earthquake, Because I honestly, I can't have this thing being able to set up in the end game. I really can't. So I just keep going for the Earthquakes as they keep going for the Draining Kisses. Eventually, if I could find it, eventually we get to a point where I put them down to 18. It's perfect. We live on 5 here. They Draining Kissed and we live on 5 because we're fucking gods like that. That's probably a roll, and if so, I'm very sorry, Monk. And so I'm like, okay, I need to kill this thing here. I need to kill this thing with Earthquake, or else it can just get up a free substitute. Well, no, my plan was to bring in Dragapult, click Thunderbolt, actually, so never mind. It couldn't have gone up a free substitute. So we go into we click Earthquake, and we kill the Primarina. I'm more than okay with this trade here. As they just go into Scizor, and they can easily Bullet Punch me, which is it's no big deal. I let my Seismitoad go down, which is super unfortunate, because now I don't have much of a check to Entei. Other than, I guess, Cinderace, but... yeah, because like if he wants to click Flare Blitz against my team, it's semi-free. So I go into Cinderace here, and I think he's debating on whether or not he just sacks this thing here. I think this is an easy U-turn for me here, whether he wants to stay in or not. And I think he just opts to sack this, yeah, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he just opts to sack it. I let him get minor Bullet Punch Chip. I'm a Fire type. It's actually doing a lot of pretty decent amount of damage, but it is Technician boosted. So I go for the U-turn. Easy KO on this thing. So I believe I go Tornadus here. I believe I went Tornadus, or I either went Weezing. I don't remember. I'm not. Okay, yeah, no, I went Tornadus as they go into the Jolteon, which it's pretty expected. And I see that they have Reflect and Wish, and I'm like, oh no. Well, I mean, I don't see it, but I see that here. And I'm obviously not staying on this thing, whether I'm Prankster or not. I fear the Thunderbolt. I could have gone for a Nasty had I just expected them to like go for something else, expecting me to switch. But I feel like that something else could have been a Volt Switch, and I did not want to take that. So I just go into the easy Reg deal here as they go for the Reflect, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Reflect Light Screen, I'm assuming, is what it is. Which, lowering the physical moves that I can do is, it's fine. I don't have much of an issue with it. I'm not bothered by it. Because I can kind of somewhat slow out these turns. As they just go for a Wish. I go for a Toxic on this thing. Because, yes, I'm like that. I go for a Toxic. I'm Toxic, Protect, Stealth Rocks, and fucking, what is it called? Heavy Slam. So they go for a Thunderbolt here, and I think this is just, I can get more Toxic Chip on this thing. As they just go, they go for Thunderbolt, do a little bit of Chip. I get on my Rocks here. I thought I went for a Protect this turn, but I think it's the next turn I went for the Protect. I get on my Rocks here. Very easy play for me. Having Rocks up since they don't have removal is kind of nice for me. So we get some leftovers recovery as they get, Wish recovery. However, the poison just negates that right here. So it's not much of a big deal for me. And I think the Reflect wears off, not this turn, but the next, I believe. So yeah. So they switch into the Conkeldurr as I go for a Protect. It fails, which is honestly pretty nice for me. Because this thing, I can't switch into the best. I kind of wanted to scout to see what they do, and I feel like the knockoff here is just very free. I also see they're not packing Close Combat, huh? No wonder they never clicked it. Anyways, so they go for the knockoff here. And I go for Protect because, it protects me from the knockoff for 1. And 2, it also racks up that burn chip a little bit. The burn will be chipping it down pretty nicely. So, there's always that. And we can just, we can keep skipping forward. So they knock off. I go for the Protect. Because I'm an asshole like that, and I like stalling. I don't. That's a lie. I hate stall. As I bring a Storm on. It's not intent. It's not the intent, I swear. The Reflect wears off here, which is, fine by me. And they go for an interesting sort of techie move. They have Block, but, I can win this 1v1 because Mach Punch doesn't do that much to me. Whether your Guts boosted or not, it doesn't do a whole lot of damage. I don't remember what I was doing here. Yeah, I think I was just going for the heavy slam. Yeah, I went for the heavy slam. Now a lot of you may be questioning why I didn't go to Wheezing on like the fucking on the knockoff, and that's because I didn't want to lose my choice packs. Knockoff was very obvious there. If he was packing, and I wanted to see, so I scouted with Protect because I'm a good Pokemon player. Not really. You'll see why later. Foreshadowing. So I'm locked in now because of block, and so I just go for the Protect here. Very easy play for me. As they go for a Mach Punch, and you know I can win this 1v1 if I play my cards correctly. I can win this 1v1. We get leftovers recovery as they just continue to get whittled down by burn, which is perfect for me, especially since I am packing Hex on Dragapult. So if I could potentially Toxic a couple of things, Hex Dragapult could kind of sweep in the end game. Mach Punch does a lot of fucking damage, as I just go for a heavy slam here. Does a decent amount of chip, and I get some leftovers recovery as they continue to get burned down or whittled down by burn. And I think I go for the Protect here. Yeah, as they switch into the Crocodile. So I get some chip with heavy slam, get some good chip. As you know, I'm just continuing to get my leftovers recovery. And I'm assuming they just go for the Earthquake here, not knowing that they are packing the Fire Fang. And so I switch into Tornadus here. Pretty easy play for me. As they go for the Fire Fang, it does a little bit of chip damage, not a whole lot though, and they see that I'm leftovers. So I think the easy play for them is to just go. I click Air Slash here, because the easy play for them is just go into their Jolteon here. As they take Stealth Rocks and Air Slash and fucking Poison Chip. So I don't expect them to expect me to stay in. So I set up my sub here. This is where I go for my substitute. And instead of, nasty plotting this turn like most people would expect me to, I know that they're probably going to attack me to break my sub. And, Toxic whittles them down. They do go for the Thunderbolt here, and obviously they outspeed me because it's a fucking Jolteon and they break my sub. I go for the Heat Wave, pretty easy Heat Wave for me, and I KO the Jolteon, which is actually really good. So now they're left with Entei, Crocodile, and Conkeldurr, all of which can still definitely bring this game back. I have no idea what this Entei wants to do as they switch it in. So I'm thinking let's just get Chip on this thing. Let's get Chip and go for the Air Slash here. So I believe I'm almost max speed on this. Anyways, yeah. So I go for the Air Slash, does a little nice bit of chip. As they go for the Sacred Fire, I'm hoping that they don't kill me. It does, unfortunately. So my play is into Cinderace here. Maybe I should have gone Dragapult. Maybe this was a bad play on my part. And I could have gone Dragapult, done a couple of things. As they just go for an easy Stomping Tantrum on their part. And I go for the Bulk Up here. Luckily, I am able to live this Stomping Tantrum, most likely due to the Bulk Up. And so I live. They go for it again very easily, and I have to Sucker Punch here. Sucker Punch is my play. And it doesn't kill. I don't know if that was necessarily a roll. Part of me thinks it wasn't, and I die. I lose my Cinderace here. If it was a roll, that could have changed the entire game, and that feels really bad. That feels really bad that I lost that right there. So, anyways, I go into Dragapult, thinking, let's just, I could U-turn on this and kill it. Which I do. That is what I do here. Yeah, just go for the U-turn, fairly easy on my part. And I here go into my Wheezing, expecting me to, do a couple of things. The title of this video, this is why I don't... What was I going to title this? Oh, no, it's like every time I decide not to bring my usual sets, or every time I don't have my usual sets, I'll just let this play out, and you'll see why. I usually always bring Levitate Wheezing, and you'll see why. Levitate Wheezing wins me this game. However, I am neutralizing gas. The one time I decide to differ myself from the normal things I bring, like it happened in LET playoffs when I decided not to bring Choice Scarf Noivern. it happens here in IBA, and this was actually a very crucial match for us, as we do end up going to the timer here. But Dragapult just Crocodile just sweeps me here because I have nothing to hit this. I was not packing no kind of Draco Meteors. I wasn't packing any type of fucking Scalds or shit or anything like that. Maybe was I? No, I was packing Thunderbolt. We live, but barely. Doesn't matter though, because I'm not killing them with another Shadow Ball. So I lose this game, and this was actually a pretty crucial game for my playoff spot. I think I need to win here from like every game from here on out, which I highly doubt I'm gonna do if I want to make playoffs. So this really sucks. Like, this sucks so bad because I'm now 3-4. And it was just bad prep on my part. Like, GG to Monk, you played a great game. Like, I'm not discrediting Monk's win at all. Monk played a great game for sure. So he's now 2-5. I'm 3-4. This was just bad prep on my part. I definitely should have been fucking Levitate instead of neutralizing gas. My issue with that was like if the Scizor wants to come in on me, I get rid of its Technician, and then I get rid of the guts on what's his face, Conkeldurr, and I get rid of a couple of things. I get rid of Jolteon's Voltazord, even though I'm not packing no kind of Thunderbolt. So it honestly was just very bad prep on my part. Like it could have been good in some scenarios, but I think bringing fucking Levitate could have been the play, since that Scizor wasn't doing any kind of thing, but I obviously wouldn't have known. But even then, I don't ever keep wheezing in on the Scizor. So it's just like, it feels bad, but at the same time, like, it makes sense on why I brought neutralizing gas, but at the same time, I really didn't need to. But it is what it is. It's the game we play, and there's nothing I can really do about it. It's just bad prep on my part. Again, GG to Monk. He takes home the 2-0 win, because we decided that I just lose from there, honestly. I just lose. There's nothing much to discuss about it. So GG to Monk. Played an awesome game, man. Go check out his side of the battle, even though you technically kind of saw it. But you can get to hear his thought press over on there. On there. I'm going to get up on out of here. I'm Coach Talent, your coach of the Atlanta Braviaries, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you.